Welcome to Unit 2, which is called Recognizing and Expressing Numbers Up to 1000. And this is Real Shanghai Mathematics Practice Book 2.2. This consists of 3 sections, and the first section is called Recognizing and Expressing Numbers Up to 1000. So numbers up to 100 have been done, and now it's moving up to the next stage, which is up to 1000. Question 1, write the adjacent hundreds in the boxes. So getting you familiar with counting in hundreds. So 800, 900, 1000, and the other one's 500, 600, 700, and the other one will be before the 800, 700, 800, 900. I fill in the sequence number 2, so you have to be familiar with the sequence. So you have to go up the sequence to see the pattern. So the first one's 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, etc., 105, etc. And the other one's going up in 10, so 420, 430, 440, 450, 460, etc. 900, 899, so going backward by 1, 898, 897, 896, and so on. And then D505, and then you can see going down by 1, 505, 504, 503, 502, 501, 500, and then the child needs to be familiar that from 500 you're going back down by 499. And then number 3, write the numbers shown on the abacus. So we have to look at the abacus and see how they have done this. Okay, so if your child struggled with this, it's not an issue because it's not something that's going to come up into GCSE. But the way they've done it is the 300 one is the one where the 3 is connected to the middle one, if you can see it. And then the top parts are to do with the 5s. So there's 300. Okay, shall I quickly do this to show you, demonstrate it? Okay, so let's do a quick one here. So you've got an abacus. So you've got the abacus sort of like this, shaped like that, and you've got a middle thing going all the way through there. So it's what's touching here. So the first one is going to be 3 of them are touching here, and the bottom ones are single ones, like ones. Okay, 3 there, and then this one, if the top bit is going to be a 5, one of them, so that's 5 here, and the bottom one, the next one is going to be another one, 5 here. So one of these is a 5, and then this is a single one. Okay, so this is 3 because there's the bottom ones which are touching there, 3. This is the top one, which is a 5, and this one is a 5, and one here, 6. So that's 3, 5, 6. Okay, how useful that is? Not really useful. As I say, if you don't want to do it or if child struggles with that, not a problem. And then the next one is going to be 5, 6. So the first one is 600, 630. Okay, the other one, nothing's touching there, so it'll be a 0 there. And then moving on to the next one. The bit there, if you can see, there's a like little arrow. That's where your sort of ones start from. So your ones are there. So the next one will be 503. Okay. Question 4. Read the following numbers. How are they composed? 234 is read as 234. So it's a case of writing that, but not an issue if you don't want to write it. It's composed of 200s, 3 10s, and 4 1s. So getting you familiar with ones, tens, and hundreds. I will always start off with the ones and then work our way from there so we get it right. So it's ones, the 4s, then the 10s, and then the hundreds. 520 is composed of 500s, 2 10s, and 0 1s. 600 is 600, 0 10s, and 0 1s. 408, so on. Question 5, write the following numbers. 212, okay, so it should be straightforward. 210 for D, so 210, that will be written as. And then question 6, how many hundreds and tens and ones are there for each number? So getting familiar with those things. So let's pick one of them for 705. That'll be 700 plus 0. So it'll be 0 for the 10, and then plus 5. And then B, which is 303, will be B. 300 plus 0 plus 3 is 303. Draw lines to match them. So again, it should be fairly straightforward in terms of reading the numbers. 7A, we can make how many digit numbers with 3 number cards. So level B is a little bit more trickier. We can make how many digits with these 3 cards. So we can do 987. So you'll have to just work it out how many you can do, but normally it's going to be 3 times 2, it's going to be 6. different combinations that you can do, and you can just double check if that's correct, because with the nines in one place you can have 87 or 78, and then the same thing applies for the other ones as well. So it's 2 times 3. And B, write the 3-digit numbers in order from the greatest smaller than the 9. So once you got all those 6, then write them in order. Make sure from the greatest or the largest one to the smallest one. And then moving on to page 17, level A, write and read the numbers in the following diagram. So 203 ones. So 203 ones, write and read the numbers in the following diagrams. Okay, so that just okay, I've just understood it now. So those squares, they are representing the hundreds, and the dots are representing the ones, and the straight long lines are representing tens. So that 1A will be read as 203. So make sure your 2 is under the hundreds, and the 0 has a 0, tens has a 0, and the 1 has a 3, and so on and so forth. And we'll just do 1E, which will be 200. As you can see there, the 3, so there'll be 2 in the 100 sections. So make sure you're not putting in the 1,000 sections, it's the 100 sections. 2 in the 100 sections, and then we got 3 in the 10 sections and 2 in the 1 section. So that's going to be 232. 232. And then question 2, another way of representing those are going to be straight lines. Ones are 10, so you don't have to count each one of them, and the ones which are vertical ones, which is 10 times 10, so the hundreds are there, so a different way of representing it. And so the first one will be 430. Okay, and then you've got the square ones, which we've done before. Then you got the abacus, which we've done before. So we'll do the last one in case you're struggling with that. So again, the last one for the abacus, the fourth one, so which is on the right hand side, is going to be 3, because 3 are touching there. Then it's got 4 ones, and we got 4 in the 4 in the 10th and 4 in the 1. So that's 3, 4, 4. And then moving on to the next one, write and read the numbers shown below. There are how many? So again, the squares, big squares, are representing hundreds there. So it's going to be 3, 6, 7, 8 hundreds, and 0 tens. There's no tens there, and we've got 3, 6 ones there. So that's how you're going to read that. And that's going to be therefore going to be 806. And then for B, again, shall I quickly do this? Okay, so the hundreds are going to be, remember the top it's 5, so this is going to be 6 hundreds, and the tens are going to be again 5 at the top, 8 tens, and in the ones there's 0 ones there, and then you know the answer there. And then write the answer in the bracket. 8 in the ones place means 8 in the one place means, okay, so how are they want you to do this? 8 in the tens place means, okay, so I'm not 100% sure how they are at 8 in the 100 place means, and 8 in the 1,000 place means. Okay, so I'm not sure how they're doing it. The way I'll just put is 8 in the ones means 8, 8 in the tens place means 80, 8 in the 100 means 800, and 8 in the thousands 8,000. And if you back say something else, then I wouldn't worry about that. The place is the highest place of the 329. So the 3 place, okay, 3 place is the highest one. The 3 place in this place indicates the 300. The lowest place is the ones, and so on and so forth. 504 tens makes 540. Again, if you don't get this exactly right as the answers, not to worry, it's about the principles getting this right. Choose any 3 of the 4B level. Choose any 3 of the 4 numbers cards to make a 3-digit number. Make as many numbers as you can. The smallest 3-digit number is this many, and the greatest number is that many. Okay, so there's lots of possibilities. Choose any 3 to make numbers. So I wouldn't try and make too many. I would just spend more time trying to work out what would the smallest 3-digit number be. So it has to be a 3-digit number. So the smallest one would have 1 in the hundreds, and then it'll have to be 50 or 05, and obviously 05. And the greatest would have to be 7 in the 7 in the hundreds one, and then obviously 5 and 0 would be the next one. Sorry, it's 5, 5 and 1. We got 1 there as well. And then moving on to the next part, which is the number line to 1,000. So then I have to just mark it, and this is now reading up in tens. So 300, each of those are going up into tens in the number lines, with the middle one, which is slightly higher, which is indicating 50. So that should help you. So 420 will be just go to the 400, and then 2 after that, because it's going to 410, 420, and that'll be marking that. 690 you can do go to 700 and go 1 backwards because we take away 10, and so on and so forth. And then the same principle for the 2 as well. So shall we do one of them? Okay, we'll do F. So for F, you go to 390 because it's just past that, and then it's 2 further away from that. Before that, you need to look at the number lines and work out how big are each one. So it looks like these are going up in ones because it's 300, 310. So in this case, it's going to be 390, and then 2 further away, that's going to be 392. 3, write the adjacent tens and hundreds of these numbers. So the adjacent tens are what? So it's going to be, okay, so again, these are a bit trickier because I'm not sure exactly what they refer, but I'm assuming they're referring to whole 10, so it's going to be 230 and 240. That's what the tens are going to be in between. And in terms of hundreds, 234 is going to be between 200 and 300, and tens again for 591 would be 590 and 600, and adjacent hundreds would be 500 and 600. Right, greater than or less than in each of the four, so that should be straightforward as long as now your child's getting comfortable with these numbers. And then 5 additions again should be fairly straightforward because it's going up in tens. 180 plus 20, 200, or 930, take away 30 is 900. So they need to get familiar with addition and take away in terms of tens. And number 6 is just working out the sequence of 421, 423. So you can have big other steps. So each step is 2 steps. So it's going to be 421, 423, 425, and so on. And 600, 605 for B going up in 5s. So it'll be 610, 616, 620. And the other one C, you can see it's going down by 50. And if you're not sure, just try and look at 2 numbers next to each other. So 450, 400 going down by 50. So that's going to be 550, 500, 450, 400, 350, and so on. And then 999, again, if you're not sure, look at 555, 444. Okay, so you can see the number digits are all the same in terms of the pattern. So this would be 999, 888, 777, 666, 555, 444, 333. Question 7, look at the numbers on the card and fill in the blanks. Greater than 500. So all the numbers are greater than 500, less than 400, between 400 and 500, 1 more than 999. So that's 999 plus 1, 1 less than 910, so that's been 909. And so write the numbers. Sort the numbers in the card, 2-digit numbers, so these are 2 digits like 66, 3-digit numbers like 909, 4-digit numbers, you've got 1000 there. Arrange those numbers from the smallest to greatest. So it's important by reading smallest to greatest. So the smallest one here will be 66, and then you work your way all the way up, and the last one will be the largest, which is 1000. Write a suitable digit in each square to make a 3-digit number. Okay, so it's going to be a suitable one, so you can have 304 or 314, both will be fine. So 1 digit will be there, 875 or 877, all the other fine. And the other one, 505, so less than that, it's going to be 405 or 305. You can put any one, but I would go with trying to make the highest or lowest one possible, depending on greater than or smaller than. And then moving on to the last one, which is called a games using the place value chart. So all they mean by place value charts is what they're referring to here as ones, tens, hundreds, and thousands. That's what they refer to place value. Write the numbers shown in the place value chart. So that's going to be, first one is 231. If your child can write it, great. If it doesn't want to write it, not a problem. This is maths, not English. Shall we do another one? I will do the last one there, which is 3 circles in the hundreds and then none in the tens of one. So that's just going to be read as 300. Number 2, Dylan made 213 in place value card. He took 1 count away. What could the following number be? So just took 1 count away. So the first one is 213. It could take one of the hundreds away, so that could be 113. It could keep the 200 there and just get rid of the 10, so 203, and so on and so forth. Okay, remember, just moving one of them away. So the last ones could be 212, and the other ones could be okay, the other combinations. Okay, so have a look at that and see what the possibilities are. Try and make different ones. So it could be, if you take the 100 away, it'd be 113. The other one could be taking away 10. Yeah, so that's 203, and the other one could be taking away one of the ones away. Okay, which would be 212. And number B, put 2 counters in each of the following places. Charts, how many different numbers can you make? So just putting 2, so you could put 2 in the 100, so that could be 200. You could put 1 in 1, that's 11, and so on and so forth. 101, 110, and so on and so forth. Write the numbers of the correct answer. Letter of the correct answer. Dylan made a 3-digit number, 372. Dylan made the 3-digit number 372 in place value chart. He moved two of the counters. The impossible answer is which one is the impossible ones. Okay, so again, do it like the way they're showing you in terms of counters, and then work out which one is going to be possible or not possible, which one's impossible to do. So if you try and work that one out, okay, so A seems to be possible because the tens 2 could have moved to that side. B, let's see, that's getting rid of one from the, sorry, he moved two of the counters. Okay, so he moved to the counters. Right, so he moved to the counter. He didn't get rid of the 10 counter. So yeah, so B is possible because he can move from one from the 10 and 10 adds to the other side. And the 353, that's two down and then one there. So that seems to be impossible. And the other one, 183. So C is probably impossible. But yeah, as I say, your child needs to practice these. And probably a good idea to go through the answers first and then probably have a listen to this, or the parents just listens to this and the child doesn't listen to this. And it's more for the parents to try and help their children with the questions rather than just copying what I'm saying. And if child doesn't really understand it, is not able to do the question, that's clearly not the purpose of this exercise or these paperwork. It's about your child being able to do this independently. And with that, we'll end this unit here, which was the unit 2 of Real Shanghai Mathematics Practice Book 2.2. Please don't forget to like and subscribe and put any comments below. Thank you.